Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson, that's Nathan Fox. We're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. This email is from Jack. The subject, out of attempts and moving forward.
Hello, Demon Daily. I recently took my 5th LSAT attempt, but my score didn't improve. My highest score, 170, doesn't serve my intended career goals of federal clerkship / big law, which tend to require a T14 degree. I don't know about that. During the test, I felt confident that I could easily cut through the passage's BS. I'm not sure how to assess where I went astray. You advise students to plan to use all attempts if necessary. What if that is not good enough? Should I sit out applying this cycle until 2028 when I am eligible to retake? Context. My scores are spread throughout a 3-year period, so I wasn't just playing LSAT roulette month to month. Or have I just hit my ceiling, and should I focus on less prestigious schools? I would sincerely appreciate your advice. I'm nearly 30 with established work experience at a big law firm, so I suspect I have a fear of falling behind or losing motivation if I don't take action. Thank you for your time. Why don't you start?
Okay, well, there's a couple assumptions here. One is your first one. My intended career goals of federal clerkship / big law tend to require a T14. No, not necessarily. There's law schools in the top 20, for example, even in the top 30 that place in big law and federal clerkships quite frequently. And you could go there possibly on a stipend. So you're going to a school that's paying you to be there, possibly, and getting into big law.
Didn't we just recently look at number 38 in the country, Fordham? I thought we were we were sort of surprised, like, oh wow, Fordham has pretty good big law placement.
Yeah, which isn't shocking. I mean, it's in New York. It's kind of like
It's not in the T14. It's not in the top 20. It's not in the top 25. It's not in the top 30. Fordham is ranked 38th in the country. They have a median LSAT of 167 in the full-time program. It's only 164 in the part-time program. Median GPA of 3.78. And if I recall correctly, Fordham had pretty solid big law placement. I could be wrong about that. This is research I think that Jack needs to do. You know, a school like Fordham doesn't make you a shoo-in for big law, but Jack, you're already working in a big law firm. I mean, would your firm hire from the likes of Fordham? I'm guessing that they would.
Yeah, interesting. I'm trying to find the ABA report for that.
While you look that up, I want to talk about something here that I feel like Jack might have slightly the wrong idea about. He said, my scores are spread throughout a 3-year period, so I wasn't just playing LSAT roulette month to month.
Yeah, that's questionable.
That's weird because I've never thought about LSAT roulette. LSAT roulette is just taking the test over and over without doing anything
to improve.
But
yeah,
I'm pretty confident that what Jack did wrong is he took the test the first time back in whenever, when he wasn't actually that happy with his practice test scores. Because it's not LSAT roulette to take consecutive test administrations if you're happy with your practice test scores. That's not LSAT roulette.
Yeah.
That's just the next pitch. You know? I mean, Shohei Ohtani goes up there and has routinely 5, 6, 7 pitch at bats.
Yeah.
It's not like he's playing roulette.
Yeah.
He's fucking Shohei Ohtani. He knows that he has a lot of good outcomes in that bat. So he's going to go up there and he's going to keep swinging. He doesn't like walk back to the dugout after one pitch and say, oh, well, let me wait another year. Like I missed that one, so something must be wrong with my swing. That's not what he's doing. He knows that that's this like probabilistic type of a situation. And he knows that he has a range of outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
There are enough good outcomes in that range that he's just going to keep swinging.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have any problem with people taking literally 5 test administrations in a row if they were happy with their timed practice test results before they ever sat for the first one. And I think that that's what Jack must have done wrong.
Yeah.
I actually think it's bad to spread out your 5 attempts over a 3-year period. Why
Well,
would
it
you do
means
that?
you weren't ready for the
It
early
has to.
ones.
It has to mean
Yeah.
you weren't ready. Or, you're bizarrely, your practice test indicated that you were ready. You took it, underperformed, and then weirdly waited for 6 months.
Well,
Like
it just gave way too much weight to the official
exactly.
test and said, oh, well, this means I'm not ready. No, the summation of all your tests, official and unofficial, is the true indicator of your readiness.
Official test is just one more data point within the
Yep.
range. And if you're happy with that range, you got to just keep swinging.
Hey, I got the stats for Fordham.
Okay, let's hear it.
So in 2024, there were 455 graduates. So this is a big school. Of those, 250 went to a law firm that had more than 250 attorneys. So I would say that's big law, or into federal clerkships. So
That's like what, 50% placement?
55% placement. So you're more likely to be placed into big law or federal clerkship than you are not to. Now, granted, there's 45% of the students who aren't, but you got a lot of students going into business and industry. You got people going into other government positions, public interest. So if you're at the top of the class, you're very likely to get into big law by going to Fordham. Yeah.
If you're a serious person and you're serious about it, I have no doubt in your ability to go get a big law job at a school like Fordham. You'll find that when you go to a law school ranked as low as 38, there are a lot of unserious people there. There's just a lot of people who are there for the wrong reasons. They don't know what they're getting themselves into. They're there to party. They're there to network. They're there because you can do anything with a law degree. I mean, there's just a lot of people there who don't have any intention of going into.
They're not going to compete with you. Yeah.
And they're just not even competition. If you're serious, if you're a serious person. And Jack sounds like a serious person. Jack works in big law.
Yep.
So if you work in big law, you know what those associates do every day. You actually want to do that and you're in good standing at that firm, I would definitely go in and talk to somebody and say, hey, if I go to a school like Fordham and I do well there, do I have chances at a firm like this? I'd be surprised if they told you no. I mean, you're at a very fancy law firm if they tell you no.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other law firms that are going to say, absolutely, we would hire you if you do well at a school like Fordham. So I don't think you have to give up, Jack. If you really are looking for like these hoity-toity firms that only hire from the top 14, then yeah, you probably do need to wait until 2028 and retake the LSAT. That's a decision only you can make. But I think if you're serious about law, I don't see why you can't go with your 170.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people making it into big law with a 170.
There is one other thing. Okay. So I don't know what your GPA is, but you said 170. So I put in 170 into the estimator, and then I put a 3.8 GPA, just guessing. And yeah, you can go to Fordham. They're likely to give you more than half because they just don't give stipends, and they don't appear to give full tuition scholarships, even though there's some ambiguity there because they have a bunch of more than half scholarships. Their 75th percentile grant amount is $40,000. And yet the school is costing, I think, around 70.
Yeah, 75.
75. So they're probably not giving a lot of full tuition scholarships, but looking at the estimator, there are a bunch of schools with these numbers above Fordham, right? William and Mary ranked 31, possible stipend. Iowa 36, possible stipend. Granted, you have to look at their big law placement, but Wisconsin, possible stipend. Wake Forest at 26, possible stipend. Like, you could get paid to go to law school, likely be near the very top of your class, and go into big law and get paid to go to law school. The risk reward calculus there is just so much better, even than possibly Fordham.
And the lower ranked law school you go to, the lower percentage of people in your class are going to be like legit competition in the grading game. You know what it's like in big law. If you bring that same kind of work ethic and focus and detail orientation to a school, I just remember someone at Southwestern back when I was in LA, the valedictorian at Southwestern went right into a like $250,000 starting salary big law job.
Yeah.
And that's a horrifically low ranked school.
Yeah.
But, you're going to be there with a lot of people who are just not at all in the running for big law. And you kill it there. And who knows, you just might have that job opportunity. If you're paying zero to go there or even getting paid to go there, then as Ben is saying, there's schools all across the country that might make a lot of sense for you, Jack.
Thanks for writing in. Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.